When are we all gonna be
together? Road trip. The only place I haven't been is in that.
well, there's hills. It's Honda can get the some speed donuts here.
It's fucking gorgeous here. There's so much to see. So you got to go right across Saskatchewan. Well, Saskatchewan has some foothill. I like this though. That's hills and stuff. This reminds me of BC. No, you're in Ontario. It's in Ontario.
That's as high as we get.
Yeah, no, it's in Ontario.
We'll get gas to the next stop. That's the Quebec side over there.
Jesus.
Quite a lot of logging trips, eh?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna go through major significance is Cochrane. Tim Hortons in Cochrane. Distance to Thunder Bay is 608 kilometers. So just leaving Hearst, and we have 207 kilometers till next gas at Long Lake, Ontario. This highway too, though.
Yeah, that's flat and straight, and no turns and elevation change. Gets real old.
I'm also Tinsley, Jake and Andre here. Still, now we have shell service again. We are now back on 17th. The ETA of 2010. The windshield's really kind of comes up. I think it was a bit of freaking rain going on.
Amazing the trees grow on that.
The road changes. Anyway, we got a bit of a speed upgrade to 100 now. 42 clicks to the peg. What is the Redcoat Trail? Can you explain that?
The Redcoat Trail is the alternate route to the Trans-Canada. It runs parallel to the Trans-Canada, but to the south. So, being winter and everything, more south we are, the better it is, hopefully. And this is the route that the RCMP used to travel out west to BC. So
it was called the Redcoat Trail because they used to wear red coats.
And the RCMP back in the day used to wear red coats, so they called it the Redcoat Trail.
Yeah.
Are we making a turn north?
Sucking up the hours today. I don't know if they still work or not. Yeah, you can see it's not really the best place to be. So we're going to lose an hour when we cross the border from Saskatchewan into Alberta. But with that hour added in, it's still a 21:42 arrival time.
We're currently in Medicine Hat. There's a big storm right now in the interior of BC. Ahead of us is getting snowed, and our initial thought process as well, we'll take the southern route, because there's 3 routes. You can do the 5, which takes you up through Jasper, which is the north route. You can do the middle route, which is the one from Banff, or you can split and go down on the 3. You go to Lethbridge over Crow's Nest, and then you take the Crow's Nest all the way through southern BC. Now, initially we thought, well, being winter and all, our chances are probably best in the south because it'll be warmer and less chance of snow. Well, if only life were that simple, eh? So no, not the case. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through Banff. We're gonna take the central route because we have no other options. Taking the Crow's Nest for 900 kilometers with icy turns and snow, and it's just not an option. It's unsafe. And obviously going north doesn't make any sense. So really our only option is to go through Banff. So We're going to be seeing some cool stuff. We'll obviously get to see a little bit of Banff. I don't know what's going to happen with the routes. There's two ways through, so we could either go up through to Golden, through Field, or we could go down through Kootenay National Park. So I don't know which way we're going to go. So we were talking yesterday about these cars at the side of the road, just kind of abandoned. Here's one now. This one's a little more extreme case, but like they're either on the shoulder or just completely off at the side of the road, and they're like, just, like look, half of them look like destroyed.
Okay, so we're still motoring along here towards Brooks, Alberta. We're about 94 kilometers an hour right now.
In 110.
Yeah, but I mean the speeds are...
It's relative conditions, right? You drive to conditions, so they're telling you to go 110 when it's sunny in the summer, not, icy slick roads in the middle of winter.
There's no salt on the roads here, so...
Well, that was the problem with the Crow's Nest too, right? The Crow's Nest is even worse than this.
Yeah.
And it's the entire way up to Princeton like that.
Winter in Canada, now minus 25 outside. A chilly day.
Winter driving in Alberta. Ice fog. Running at about 70 kilometers an hour right now. Because that's about all you can't see. More than 20 feet in front of you. And we can't stop very well because we're running on ice. Everywhere around. Windows are frozen with ice. Got the hazards on just to make ourselves more illuminated to the following driver. But yeah, if you can avoid it, definitely don't drive across the prairies in the wintertime. It's not a fun thing to do.
So we're just past Brooks. We did, you saw the fog moments ago. That's ice fog. We're now minus 26 degrees. It's still going down and the sun is coming up. But we're also gaining elevation. We looked it up, and Calgary, from Brooks to Calgary, there's an increase of 1,000 feet, even though it appears you're driving flat. You're making a slow rise, but Calgary's elevation is quite significant above sea level. I believe it is one of the highest major airports in Canada.
Downtown Calgary. It's quite hilly here, eh? I thought it would be flatter.
So just passing through the University of Calgary here. We're just clearing the city here and getting back onto the highway in a few minutes and heading towards Banff.
I think that's the first bus we've seen in all three prairies.
It is, yes.
We haven't seen a bus since.
We haven't been in any cities.
It seems nice. It seems like a nice little city.
Yeah.
I totally like Calgary. The Flames too, for any hockey fans. Yeah, these on Ontario. These are like mountains. This is what we were driving through in Ontario.
Well, it is foothills.
Foothills here, yeah. You get the foothills before you hit the mountains.
That's the Bow River we're crossing right now. We're going to be following that all the way into the Rockies before we head north.
Minus 12 now, not too bad.
Like, it's solid because you placed it.
Really clear in the mountains too, where it's the right day to go through this. We're not going to have too much trouble, I think, in the mountains. Rocky Mountains. There's the Rockies, the Purcells, the Monachies, the Cascades, Selkirks, and the Kootenay Mountains. Yoho National Park, Banff National Park. Banff is actually one of the oldest national parks in Canada. We're driving through several national parks. Kootenay National Park, Yoho National Park, Banff, Cannonball too. For all the Albertans out there, Cannonball country, you guys know us very well.
The blinds.
That's a volatile load. Just about out of the foothills. It's windy here though. This is why you want to go slow, take your time. Know where you are in your lane. All that. Snow blowing over the road. We got wind coming off the mountains and the foothills. Feel it blowing the car around. Definitely not an easy drive right now. Just gotta keep your wits about you. But hopefully the wind dies down once we get into the mountains. We're hitting a succession of national parks now. It goes from Banff to Desolate, Yoho, and then Kootenay, and yeah, there's a ton of national parks we're about to hit. But finally out of the prairies, it's nice to actually have something to look at. And as we get closer to the coast, the trees will get much bigger due to all the oxygen.
Was that right?
Yeah, well, it's the oxygen from the ocean, right? The oceans produce oxygen, and it blows into
And all the rain.
yeah, and it blows into the coast, and then all the trees and plants and stuff grow really big here because of only really in the coast though. Like when you go up like the interior plateau and stuff, Prince George, it's a lot, like, they're big. They're not big trees. They're more kind of like these kind of trees.
Yeah.
It is so refreshing too after the prairies.
You're back.
Pretty much, yeah. On the 93 now, on our way to Radium Hot Springs.
Because there's a detour.
Yeah, this is the detour for the construction. This is how we're going up in elevation, right? Just up and up and up. So we've crossed over the Rockies now. We're weaving through the Purcell mountain range, I believe. Now. It's windy, passing lanes icy, it's narrow. Lots of ice slicks on the road. It's busy, lots of cars, big semi trucks. Everybody's passing each other. Always seen a couple near miss accidents. Winter driving in British Columbia through the mountains. I think our average grades are about 6% right now. They'll get steeper as we get further into the mountains. 7% grade, yeah, we're moving up. It's a law in BC that you're required to have winter tires or carry chains. You can obviously see why that is. 8%, it's going up. BC is all about slow and steady. It's a slow and steady with the race game here. Always switchbacks. And some of these are, 360 degrees almost going around some of these. Beautiful scenery though. Got a wide load coming up here. Really feel for these truckers, all you truckers out there. Thank you for doing what you do. Coming into Radium Hot Springs, there's a famous slice right through the rock here. That everybody that comes out here to go to the hot springs, big goes trips to it. Yeah, we got a truck riding the brakes right now. Nice asbestos brake pads. We're running the internal air circulation right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know what this guy is. Yeah, this is the famous cut through the mountain. The Radium's known for. Sorry, we're contending with this truck right now. It's a little intense.
Fucker, like what the hell?
I know, it's like, this is actually like really scary. I've never seen a trucker in BC do this. They're usually all really, really, really good.
We taking signs for Golden?
Yeah, we're going up to Golden.
Roger.
And then from Golden, we're back on the Trans-Canada Highway. Radium Hot Springs, everybody. Sorry, we got a lot going on here, but this is Radium Hot Springs. Yeah, this is the Kootenay Valley, and BC has a very big hot spring community, so a lot of people in BC will do the drive out here and stay for like 2 weeks and hit all the hot springs, and just basically have a really good time doing all kinds of hot springs all up and down the valleys. Look, they're trying to widen the highway. Look how much work it takes. Like this right here is a prime example of how much work it takes for them to widen just a little chunk of highway.
That giant thing ahead of the romance to get this. Is that?
No, that's for piling.
I don't know, they might do some kind of ground treatment to it. You can use it for a whole bunch of different things. Blasting drills they look much different. That's like a high masted one.
Okay.
It's a caisson driver. If we took the northern road, we'd pass through the ancient forest, and it's just incredible. The size of the trees there is like stuff you see in the movies, with like guys standing next to a tree, and it's like the size of a like 20-foot. Yeah, like it's insane. BC for you. We're only at 30,000. Good. Imagine building this here. All the content you need, rebar, lights, like logistics. Like it's incredible. That's why I just studied this shit. Like it's just like it's how was this made? How was this done? Who thought of this? Who designed this? Like imagine how long it would take to climb over that. Like on foot. These guys did this. Like these old movies, all the Scottish guys. They just came here and like, yeah, climb a mountain. I'll chart a road for you all and then do this, do that. No problem. We just got to Revelstoke here. Interesting turn of events. Once we cleared the prairies and the foothills there just outside Calgary, kind of coming towards Banff, we ran into another issue. Road construction. So Kicking Horse Pass, which is the Trans-Canada Highway, it goes through Yoho National Park. Lake Louise is the Alberta side. Golden would be on the other. Field would be a town kind of in the middle, close to Yoho, Yoho National Park. The road was horrible. There was a lot of fatalities and accidents over the years on it. So there's a construction project there to widen it and make it better. So then we continued on up to Golden. We tackled the infamous Rogers Pass. So we just left Revelstoke. We're driving now on the highway, and if you look out the window, you can see we're on a typical BC road. BC is not known for having the best infrastructure on its roads. A lot of times, the BC highways, like you'll have one or two or maybe three roads that you can use to get places, and then the other roads are either dirt roads, Forest Service roads, or roads that just they wouldn't really call them roads, they're more like bush trails. So your options for traveling in the province of BC are limited. Like for example, up north in Stewart on the Cassiar Alaska Highway the 16, which is the one that runs from Prince Rupert and Jasper. Because the thing you got to understand about BC is that you're dealing with mountainous terrain, and so when you're building a road through mountains, the grades are steep, the roads are windy by virtue of switchbacks and elevation changes, and the engineers haven't combat that. Now, when they built the railway grades can only be, a couple percent. So it's much more difficult, right? Engineering. So there's a series of tunnels and bridges and rock cuts and everything. Other parts of the country where it's flat, the rock isn't as dominating of a feature. It's easier to cut open the highway and make it more accessible. But like up in Northern Ontario, the Trans-Canada Highway up in Northern Ontario is the same thing. It's very windy, narrow, rocks on both sides. And up there, it's the Shield, the Canadian Shield. This chunk of road, as you can see that we're dealing with now, it's basically has the same kind of issues, right? Narrow, windy, lots of traffic, slicks of ice in the passing lanes. Very isolated out here. It's not much. We're heading towards Kamloops, taking it nice and easy, nice and slow. Wintertime driving in BC.
If this is my commute, I'd quit my job.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man.
Just leaving Kamloops, 9:21, showing an ETA 12:40. So, according to Google Maps, it judges highway conditions. So I'm assuming pretty good run down the coast. We'll see. Temperature -4, not too bad at all today. No percent in forecast, and we're just getting on to feeder road for the Coquihalla. That's good. Road information. Open. Nice to see.
Alrighty, we just pulled into Hope here. Finished the Coke successfully. Descended the Coquihalla. No major issues. Weather wasn't too bad, which on that highway is a good day. We're kind of coming to the end of our journey here. It's been a good one. It's been long. It's been a lot of kilometers too. 4,500 plus kilometers. We did some detours and alternate routes that weren't planned. It's taken us 5 days. But anyways, guys, we're just stopping here at McDonald's at Old Narch to get some food, and then we're gonna tackle the highway into Vancouver. So I'm gonna close it out here because it's gonna be it for the video. So I hope you enjoyed the cross Canada drive, and like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to be notified by the bell icon. South Park Prospector out.